welcome to Cocktails and Convo. My name is Sherelle Desire, owner, designer, curator of S Desire Brand, a luxury loungewear lifestyle brand. We come here for Cocktails and Convo here on YouTube to just get into some things. We're all about elevation, transformation, all of the things that make us the best version of ourselves. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's episode, we are going to get back into our goddess glow era, okay? I told you it's levels to this. So before we get into that, we are drinking tonight. What are we drinking tonight? We have a espresso mocktail martini. All I did, it's already a RTD, that's a ready to drink brand. I don't know, maybe I'll show you ladies the video. I'll show you what brand I'm using, but we need some sponsors, so okay. So I shook it up over ice and then I strain it. So this is my first time trying it, so let's see. Okay. I like it. It tastes like a espresso martini without the liquor. Yeah. So it's really cute. You put in your little martini glass and have a moment. So right now we are doing our no alcohol. So we are going to be doing some alcohol-free mocktails. So this is what we're doing today. We have our little spread with our fruit and our cheese in case we need a little snack, something to enjoy. But yes, so where I left off our last episode, we were talking about the goddess glow era. I felt like with turning 41, I felt like I reached my goddess era. I'm in just this energy and my elevation where my confidence has elevated, my wisdom has elevated, my intuition has elevated, and it just took a journey. And what I wanted to do is give you ladies the step-by-steps of how I reached my journey from fitness, wellness, mindfulness, all of the things that together will help you elevate so you can get into your goddess glow era, because it takes some time, it takes some work, but it's attainable. And I just feel like if you see my transformation over the years, it's in the proof, in all of the content, all of the things that we went through. If you are an OG of the brand, you see the elevation. If you're new here, welcome. Feel free to do your Googles, but I truly feel like a real transformation, it takes time. It's not something that's going to happen within just a year. It takes experience. It takes some pitfalls. You're going to have some failures. You're going to have some success. It's going to be some heartbreak. It's going to be some grieving. It's a journey. So enjoy and be patient. It's a process. Okay. What the first moment that transformed me into my goddess glow era was grief. So I know I explained here before that I had death back to back in my life. I lost my sister, I lost my niece, I lost my dog, and I was having this reoccurring experience with grief. And first thing I noticed when I was experiencing grief was I started to have migraines. I never had migraines before. Once I got the migraines, I just started doing my Googles, and I'm like, okay, what's going on with my body? I started to realize that my grief was starting to affect my body. I already was aware of cortisol, and I knew stress levels can cause you inflammation and things like that, but I wasn't sure what could have been causing these migraines. So I started looking up some remedies, and I said, okay, let me start getting massages. I've always been a wellness girl, always had I used to have I used to do massages like yearly. And within this time, it was like right around COVID. I know, I haven't had a massage in a while. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and schedule a massage. And I went, scheduled a massage. I had a great guy. And I remember I was on the table, and as he was massaging my body, I started to cry. And I didn't understand what was happening. then at the end of the session, I told him, I was like, I started to cry. He was like, yeah, you know, you have energy that's built up in you. So when they're massaging you, it's releasing that energy. And because it was grief, I had the emotions of, you know, of crying. So it really opened my mindset on what my body was going through and made me obsessed with wellness. So going through that, being aware of that, going through just the everyday life struggles from business to love to family, all of these things happening, I said, okay, when it got to 2023, when I knew my dog was dying, I said, whatever you do, you need to go to the gym. So within my grief era, then moved me into my transformation era, because I said, okay, you gotta get out this house. I don't care how you feel. You need to show up to this gym. Don't matter how swollen you look right now. You don't want to be seen. You just need to go for your own mental health. You need to be around people. You need to see other people being active to get you back into that active mindset. So I said, okay, let me just start going to the gym first thing in the morning. It's just, I don't care what you do. As soon as you wake up, you put them gym clothes on and you make it over there. And I started to document it. And a part of also with elevation, don't be scared to document your process. Now, it don't have to be publicized, because honestly, your transformation should be personal. You don't have to tell people. You don't have to. I mean, sometimes it's good to have accountability, but for me, this was so personal. I didn't have to tell somebody, yeah, I'm gonna go make it to the gym 3 times a week, and and keep talking about it and talking about it, trying to convince myself that I'm serious. I was so serious that nobody needed to know. I used my phone as my accountability partner, and everything was private for me to see. Okay, I might have did it, I might have spoken to the camera and say, okay, I'm going to the gym today, just vlogging. I didn't have to post it anywhere. People didn't have to see it on my TikTok. It was for my own, it was personal. I had to take my transformation as personal. Like, this is not for play. This is so personal, because if I don't get it together, I'm going to lose myself. And this is what the enemy wants. So the transformation was such a pivotal point, because that power, first of all, I transmuted my pain into power, because what I did is the pain that I was experiencing, I went to the gym and I worked it off. People don't realize that, I stopped seeing the gym as a task and started to look at it as therapy. I was somebody who went to professional, therapy before. And I've experienced that. But I feel like the most progress I made was in the gym. Because those feelings, I worked it out on those weights. Those feelings, I worked it out on that elliptical. Those feelings, I worked it out on that treadmill. And because I was placing so much energy and being consistent and showing up for myself, that helped me transmute that same energy into my business, into my love life. Because now, listen, look at me. I'm investing energy into myself. Look at me transforming my body. It could have been 1 pound, or it could have just been me losing a little water weight. Any progress was amazing progress for me. And when I saw me placing so much investment in myself energetically, that made me then start to require better for myself. I didn't want to talk to the same people anymore. I didn't want to date the same type of caliber men that I was dating when I was in a lower vibration. That transformation, that energy that I was placing on becoming a better version of myself, caused me to then require better for myself. So all of that old, stagnant, bad energy that I was entertaining, I started to purge it. I started to purge the people. Listen, if it was somebody that was still watching me on my socials, that I have no type of connection with them anymore, I just remove them. I just block them. Like, that was a part of my transformation. Those same eyes don't need to watch me no more. Those same people don't need to have access to me no more. Those same people should not be able to access my energy anymore, because that was a part of my transformation. I had to understand that Everything is spiritual. And if you continue to dabble in the same things that does not align to your higher self, you're not growing, you're not elevating. So me placing this energy into my transformation then helped me get into my elevation era. So now I'm purging the stagnant people in my life, the people that, is not of value to me anymore. The thing, starting to get rid of the old wigs that I don't want to wear no more, the old clothes that I don't want to wear anymore. Decluttering, cleansing, understanding that in order for me to call in a better version of my life, I have to start moving things around. I have to start shifting this energy in my life. That's how you elevate. You can't keep doing the same old thing and expecting better results. So I started to switch up the things that I was doing. I couldn't do low vibrational things anymore. I couldn't be around low vibration people no more. Like sometimes if I'm having a conversation with someone and it's not resonating with me, that's a clue. Like you're elevating, and you don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad that the people that you once were friends with, you really, nothing about them resonate with you anymore. You can still love them, but I don't need to be around them. It's not just people, it's places, and there's things. If you're a person that likes to scroll and be on the shade room comments and looking at a bunch of BS that's not helping you grow, it's not helping you transform your life, why are you wasting your time? You have a mission, you have a purpose in your life right now. And doing that is you're just trying to distract yourself. It's just for pastime. I get it. But find something better to do that's going to enrich your future. It's going to enrich your soul. It's going to nourish you. So it was tapping out of the things that wasn't really helping me. If I'm watching YouTube, I'm watching spiritual videos. I'm watching self-development content. I'm on TikTok. If I'm going to spend some time on TikTok, I'm learning something, honey. I'm learning something. I'm not on there to look at some of this nonsense that's on there. You have to realize when you are wasting a lot of energy and time on things that's not going to help you elevate. And you have to keep yourself accountable and have self-awareness. So when I started to see that I wanted more and I wanted to be around better people and I wanted to be in better environments, being intentional and saying, okay, I want to go somewhere that I've never been I've never been before. Something that's going to make me a little uncomfortable, not too uncomfortable, just a little uncomfortable, but it's going to inspire me. I would say, okay, my goal now, especially now in September, October, November, that's kind of like my social. I love fall because, we get to dress in our best and all of the things. And then holiday season come. So my goal now is to start showing up at events that I've never been before, around people that I never met before. And just really starting to rub shoulders, be in rooms that I deserve to be in. So that's a part of my elevation. So with all of these elements, from grief, transmuting that energy into my transformation, and then using my transformation to elevate myself, next thing you know, I just started to look different. My skin started to glow. The foods that I ate was different. The people I wanted, dating changed. My view on dating changed a lot. I was never male-centered, but I felt like I was trying to fill a void. I spent too much time trying to fill a void with a relationship. Now, I'm so fulfilled in my purpose that he's just going to find me in my best version of myself. I'm not trying to search for him. I'm not trying to search for it. I am probably the first in my life so satisfied with things where the man would just be an add-on. Like, this is all inclusive. That's just going to be an add-on to my life. Seriously. And that was a part of my elevation. That was a big mindset shift, because I grew up thinking, oh, you're supposed to be in this relationship, you're supposed to have these kids, all of those things. And I look back, I'm like, I was insane. I was like putting so much energy and thinking I was supposed to be dated, and I was supposed to, and I'm like, oh no, I was so happy God gave me a different direction in my life. When I see the way these relationships be destroying each, oh, that's another topic, girls. That is another. These girls are in these karmic relationships with these karmic babies, with the like, oh my God. If you are free, if you have free will right now, enjoy it. Don't look at somebody else's life and feel like you're supposed to fit it in your puzzle. Don't try to squeeze that box in your circle. Like, live your life, make the best of your life, focus on what you love to do, who is in your life right now that genuinely love you, and love them back. I spent too much time in my 20s and my 30s thinking that I was supposed to have a different life because of society standards. So now I'm more content. Now I'm more comfortable. I'm more confident. I'm not trying to, sometimes and I talked about this, about, dating desperate. When you are dating under a desperate energy and the type of people that you call in, it's insane. You do not want that for your life. You do not want to be dating these men when you're desperate and you're needy and you just want somebody next to you. I'm praying that women release themselves from that. Really, because you can avoid a lot of just bad experiences. Better get off of them dating apps. Go outside. If you want to meet somebody, go outside. Go to conferences. Do something else, but get off them dating apps, girls. That's some tea right there. So yeah. So with that, just being happy with just being content with myself, embracing my confidence, working on my body. I'm all into doing, healthy recipes, eating clean. I treat myself when I want to, but overall my lifestyle is very clean, and I don't want to stray away from that. Like before, when I was younger, and I always worked on myself. That was one thing about me. I always was a transformer. But for some reason, something would take me off of my game. And you have to recognize when the enemy is trying to distract you, because you could be on top of your game. Next thing you know, I remember one time I was in good shape. Had my job. I had my business. I had all this stuff going on. All of a sudden, this guy came in my life. And I'm like, oh, now I'm going to have a man too. I was happy. Boy, he was a devil. When I tell you the devil sent him with a little bow right to the front of my door, child, that was nothing but the devil. When I tell you, once that probably was the deepest depression I ever had, is when I got to that relationship. That was a big, big lesson. First of all, watch what you ask for, and to take your time. Don't rush into things like that. But that was when I was in my 20s, right? But I noticed some girls they be all in their fitness bag. They be doing so well for themselves. Next thing you know, they posted up with a man. Next thing you know, all of those great things they were doing fall to the wayside. Like, do not allow that to happen during your glow up. And I mean a goddess glow up. That means you are on a top level of your glow. This is just not your newest, bronzer or your exfoliate cream, and now you're glowing. No, you're glowing from the inside out. You can't buy that at Sephora, baby. Ulta does not have that in stock. No, ma'am. You gotta do the work, baby. You gotta do the work, because you know what? When you do the work, nobody, it's priceless who you're going to become and what you're going to manifest. What are you going to be able to create in that new energy? I wouldn't trade it in for the world. I mean, I appreciate my old version of myself. Oh my God, it was this lady on TikTok. Oh, she had some bars, okay? She was saying that the transformative stage in your life is kind of like when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. And the caterpillar never knows the process of them going into a butterfly. She was like, it might be painful. They don't know what's going on. They don't know. All they know is that they got to grow these wings and then they become a butterfly. And the overall ideal of her message was pretty much saying that oh god, I wish I might try to input it. I might try to find it and post it in this video.
Open classes in session. You're too close to your evolution to see what's actually going on. I understand that the metaphor, the analogy of the butterfly is way overused in the spiritual spaces, but it's for good reason. Do you know what happens to the butterfly before it becomes a butterfly? It finds itself a little branch and it connects its feet to it. It hangs upside down in a J formation. It creates a cocoon around itself and completely disintegrates into goo. And then all of its shit gets rearranged. And I'm sure the entire time it's going, ah! Or maybe not. Who fucking knows? We don't really know. And then its shit gets rearranged so that you can grow wings, fly away, and see things from a different perspective. Because the butterfly never sees its wings. The dragonfly doesn't realize that, or at least I don't think it did anyway, that it used to be just this little alien thing in the water, and now it's a ferocious predator. And people use that and see that as a sign. People see that all that it is his huge symbolism, and is like very fucking popular. All right, dragonflies are fucking famous. Butterflies are fucking famous. I've got shit tattooed on my fucking body, but do you think they know that? No. You never know what effect you have on other people's lives, and you never know when it's your turn to turn into goo and evolve into your next iteration. Okay. You can't see the evolution happening as it's fucking happening, but it is your job to listen to the messages and sit the fuck down and allow that evolution to happen so the next iteration of you can come through. Okay?
But she was pretty much saying like that process, you can't avoid that beginning process. The caterpillar could not avoid that beginning process of when they transform into the butterfly. And then once they're a butterfly, they're like the ultimate being. Like you're not going to be able to skip it. So embrace it. And I'm just trying to share the tools that brought me into this version of myself, because you cannot avoid the beginning process. You can't avoid the painful process that gets you to your transformation. You got to appreciate the process with my transformation. And you have to remember, transformation is magnetic. So when you transform, you're automatically going to have an energy of magnetism, which is going to then take you into a new level in your life where you're going to elevate. And then when you elevate, you're going to be fully in your goddess energy, and then you're going to get your goddess glow. So remember to do the internal work so that you can be your best self. You can look your best self. You can feel your best self. You can attract what you deserve. Sometimes we think about what we want, but we're not in the version of ourselves that deserve it. And that's just tea right there. Like there were things that I probably wanted in the early versions of myself, but God said, I got something so good for you, but you're not at the level I need you to be. So I'm going to hold this for you. I'm going to put this on layaway for you. Okay. And then when you're ready, I'll have it for you. So focus on your self-development, your self-elevation. I promise you, you will see a better version of your life. And trust me, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to get rid of some people. You're going to have to get rid of some things. You might, it's going to be some changes, but really evaluate your life. Look at what you got going on, who's around you, how you feel. Do your checklist and check it twice. And then you'll find out if you're naughty or nice. But no, really do the internal work so that you can glow externally and just be the best version of yourself. I'm just telling you, ladies. And I'm still a work in progress. I just come here to document my progress. I'm still, nobody has it figured out. And that's what the thing about the internet, people come on as gurus, as if they're experts at life, and only a fool will try to scam you into thinking that. No one has it all figured out. Everybody at some point is going through some type of challenge, some type of struggle at some point in their life, whether they have money or they don't have money. Okay, baby? So don't stray away from you becoming your best self. I want you to listen to this when you are driving, when you are cleaning, when you are cooking, or when you just need some motivation. This is what I created this platform for. I'm so excited that we are growing the platform. Make sure you subscribe. If this is your first time here, I want you to comment in the comment box. If it's your first time, make sure you visit CherrellDesire.com to shop all of our luxury loungewear and our lifestyle goodies. And make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And I'll see you in the next episode, ladies. Stay fabulous. Bye-bye.